Welcome to the Psychedelic Sitter, first video. So, this video is purely for educational purposes. I would never recommend any person ingesting any illegal substance whatsoever, and this video assists in illegal drug harm reduction. So, I just want to also preface that I am studying psychedelic assisted therapy. Specifically psilocybin, which is the psychoactive compound found in over 180 species of magic mushrooms around the world. So it's understanding psilocybin affects neurobiology and therapeutic applications. And I'm studying this course through Psychedelic Support, which offers worldwide online courses, which are just absolutely fantastic, right at the top of their game. And specifically, they offer courses in NDMA therapy and psilocybin. So, awesome. Check them out. This video today is going to be on the dangers of taking psychedelics in social settings, which is massive in our culture. And there's just not enough education or understanding around the dangers, really, of taking this in the type of setting. So let's talk about some of the factors that are heavily influenced in this type of experience. So the first one would be your internal state, which is your state of mind. So that's going to heavily influence the type of experience you have. So you always want to make sure that you're in a healthy place in your mind. You don't want to be going through massive breakup or, under huge stress from study or something like that. You want to be fairly calm and casual and prepared for this. Another one is the external state. So the environment that you do these psychedelics in will heavily influence your experience. So, historically, like psychedelics are taken to transcend internal struggle, expand your consciousness, and to reconnect spiritually, in essence. So, over here we tend to take these type of drugs in kind of party settings. It's not ideal. So I just want to say that these types of plant medicines, and I really want to focus on psilocybin because that's what I know most. And so these plant medicines, they have no idea that you're at a festival or at a nightclub. And if they determine that it's time to bring up traumas or episodes from your subconscious that you're not prepared to face, or you weren't even aware that you had repressed such memories, it can be one of the most terrifying psychological experiences of your life. And this is what is quite often called a bad trip. Another massive factor in this is dose. So the amount that you take is huge. And if you do find yourself in a social setting of close friends, a safe environment, on a relatively small dose, so I'm talking anywhere between 1 and 2 grams of, just your typical magic mushroom, say cubensis, the golden teachers, most commonly found in Australia. You may likely have a very enjoyable experience, and having some peaceful insights into yourself and the life you're currently living and the friends around you. It can be quite a bonding experience. However, if you take large doses, anything considered north of 4 or 5 grams is considered a very large dose, and Terence McKenna coined the heroic dose is 5 grams, essentially, and up. If you are in a large social setting and having sensory overload, so you're at a festival, really loud music going on, and so let's say your environment is not supporting you whatsoever, so the loud music, people yelling and screaming, people throwing up, and there's all chaos going on everywhere. That's not going to be a supportive environment for what your mind is trying to bring up and resolve. So, yeah, if the chances are that'll be one of the most horrific experiences of your life, and will probably leave you emotionally scarred to the point where you will never want to take a psychedelic again. And that's terrible. That's a horrible experience. No one wants to do that. I wouldn't recommend taking high doses of any psychedelics at large festivals or loud social settings. It's just they just don't mesh. If you find they do, then good for you. Also, you have to keep in mind that when you're taking high doses of psychedelics, you're not going to be aware. Your awareness is going to be lacking. You'll have a lack of physical clarity. So, essentially, what reality is for us. The physical, you're not going to be as aware on, things that are happening around you. Your senses are going to be dulled in terms of, your awareness. And this can leave you in a very vulnerable place where you can be taken advantage of. So it's always best in these environments, if you're taking large doses of psychedelics, even medium ones, you need to have a sitter, someone who is sober around the environment, who can keep an eye on you, make sure things are safe. So that's a big one. Also, never take a substance without knowing its origin, where it comes from, who it comes from. You need to trust this wholeheartedly, and that it is in fact the product that you're seeking to take, and that hasn't been contaminated or spiked, because you can die. All sorts of bad things can happen. And there are people out there who will sell you an inferior product. They don't care about your health. They're just in it to make money. So it's a big no-no. And please, if you're going to take psychedelics, go online, get a drug test kit, test what you're doing, make sure it's safe. And just remember, I don't condone any illegal substance use. But if you do decide to do this, I want you to be safe. And I want you to get home safe. So do the right thing. Thanks for listening. Show compassion. Show love. Show that you care. And get out of your head and get into your heart. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks.